Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Yo, it's a new day and we are sitting in his presence. Welcome to the place where his presence resides, It's good news today. Yo, subscribe if you haven't already. Share, invite somebody to watch along with us as we give you some good news to get your week going. Let's go. Let's go. Everything's gonna be okay. Gonna hear some good news come on. Oh, joys, pains, ups, downs are working all day. Everything's gonna be okay. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son. Everything's gonna be okay. And whosoever will believe in him shall not perish but have. Put it in the comments. Tell somebody. Hear some good news today.
Yo, turn my mic up. Yo, y'all ain't see this coming. Oh, get ready to catch this. Come and snatch your righteous mind, not your edges. God is the goal, and then there's the period. This thing is real. Woo-cha, we serious, intentional, the original. God is in control. Do it for your soul. Gotta let the whole world know. Hey yo.
Come on.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Put it in the comments. Tell somebody. Somebody needs to hear it today.
Everything's gonna be
okay.
Gonna hear some good news today.
Yo, everything's gonna be okay. God's gonna make a way. Let the people say everything's gonna be okay. Put it in the comments, y'all. Tell somebody. Somebody woke up and had the nerve to be discouraged this morning. Somebody woke up and had the nerve to think that they couldn't overcome the burdens that they're carrying. Somebody had the audacity to think about giving up, wondering if you the wrong person, wondering if you're too unqualified. Somebody woke up today and had the nerve to come to Good News Today and sit in this comment section and to think within yourself, you are insecure and you ain't good enough. Well, I'm glad you came, because the devil is a lie, and you need to know everything's gonna be okay. The volume of your insecurity is being turned down, and the volume of the power of your calling and the love of Jesus Christ is being turned up. He loves you too much to have you be that mediocre, and we ain't gonna allow discouragement or lies from the enemy to allow you to be anything but great today. Oh, you're gonna be great today. The enemy don't want you to be great today, but you're going to be great today. The discouragement don't want to let you be great today, but you're going to be great today. Why? Because your God is great. Your God is good. And he has done marvelous things. He's done marvelous things. So you ain't got to walking around in mediocre things. If he's done marvelous things, why are you walking in mediocre things? Huh? Say what? Say huh? Say what? Say huh? If he's done marvelous things, why are you walking around with mediocre thoughts, mediocre expectations, mediocre behavior, mediocre choices, dating a mediocre person? Why are you come on in here? Somebody say, huh? He has done marvelous things. He has done marvelous things. And if he's done marvelous things, he is walking in you. And that means you can walk in marvelous things. He has done marvelous. He has done marvelous. Marvelous. Come on, can I get a gospel choir workshop out here? Marvelous. He has done marvelous things. Marvelous things. Come on now. Praise the Lord. Y'all, he's too good. Go on, make up in your mind right now. Can you just make up in your mind right now? Can you just make up in your mind right now, everything's going to be okay? It's going to be a good day today. I'm telling you, it's something about the choice. And I know some of y'all watching this and half the day already gone. Guess what? You still got some day to redeem. Take your expectation. Take your expectation. Not expectation on everything working out according to your plan, but expectation that everything working out according to his will and knowing that his ways are marvelous. His will is good. Excuse me. So I don't want you to have expectation on anything else, anybody else but God. And if you can do that, oh, your day just shifted. Your day just shifted. We're having a conversation out of Matthew. If you ain't got this, this is the Message version, Message translation. Matthew 11, 28, 30. We're sitting in this all week. It asks the question, are you tired, worn out, burned out on religion? He says, come to me, get away with me, and you'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest, a real rest. You can just feel his hand just do like a real, because that stuff you doing ain't real. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. This is how we do it. He says, watch how I do it. Learn, here it is. Here's the theme of the week. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you will learn to live freely and lightly. Growing up in Mississippi, there are just some things I just didn't do. I just didn't do it. So growing up in California, culturally, I didn't grow up with swimming pools and all that kind of stuff. So I knew how to swim, but it was just learning. So coming out here and going to the ocean and going body surfing and stuff like that, boogie boarding. That's it, boogie boarding. Y'all, let me tell you something. I wasn't the way my culture was raised up. That just wasn't how my bank account worked like that. So I remember going boogie boarding for the first time. They telling me, Albert, you don't need, you just go out there. No, I had on a full wetsuit. I had on a life jacket, Jack. I wasn't playing around. I ain't taking no risk because I can swim, but I can't swim. I can't ocean swim. You know what I mean? I can swimming pool swim. You know what I mean? And even then, I'm riding the edge. I'm close to the side just in case something pop off. I can, hey, I got the edge right here. I'm good. So I remember going body surfing, boogie boarding or whatever, and I'm loving it. I'm coming in on them waves, man. I'm riding. That thing is amazing, That thing is good. Yeah. No, I can swim. I just can't swim. That's it. There you go. Yeah, I can't swim, but I can swim. You know what I mean? But I can't white people surf and swim. That's another level of swimming. That's, they be out there. Bro, come on, let's go. It's like, no, I ain't going with you. I'll be over here with the drinks, with the Cokes and water, obviously. Anyway, I'm out there and, I'm killing the game. And we killing the game, and I'm proud of myself. So proud that the next time we're out at the beach and I take my family, and my mom and sister them from out of town, and they out there, and I go out there and I'm like, yeah, this ain't even that. Let me show y'all. And I thought for a second, I don't need the bodysuit. And I thought for a second, I don't even need the life jacket because I didn't need none of it. But I was like, yeah, no, let's not be foolish. Let's put on the life jacket. So I put on the life jacket, so I'm still out there looking brand new. So I put on the life jacket, and y'all, I've done this before. You go out and then you let the waves just bring you in. You just let the waves bring, and you bring your company all the way back in. Then you go back out and let that. Y'all, the waves wasn't bringing me in. I got on the thing, and I wasn't going anywhere. As a matter of fact, I wasn't going. I tried to go in, and it wouldn't go in. It was pushing me side. I look up after the rest of the house is over there, and I'm over here. And I'm trying to get in, and I can't get there. And at some point, I'm tired because I'm working my tail off trying to get it. And so now I'm tired. Now I'm out here in the ocean. I'm tired, and I can't get in. Well, what I was experiencing, I did not at the time realize was a riptide. And it is when the tide changes and the undercurrent of the tide is so strong, whereas you used to be able to go in one way very easily, that path that you assumed would be available to you is no longer available because the current and the tide has changed and there's a rip tide. So whereas I would go in with no resistance and it was easy, now the same place, the same passage, the same little way I would go, I can't go that way now. And I made an assumption that how I used to be able to come in, I would be able to come in once again. But with the rip tide, you can't go in the same way. With the riptide, you can't go in the same way. With the riptide, you gotta go alongside the beach. So instead of going in like this, you gotta go over like that, and you gotta go down a path that normally you wouldn't go down to get to the place where you would normally go to. I wish I had a witness in here. I guess what I'm trying to say is God in this season quite possibly has changed the motion of the current. And if you try to go in the same way, it'll become a forced rhythm of grace instead of an unforced rhythm of grace. And some of you are experiencing more resistance and more force because quite possibly that made the way that you've assumed that was always available, God might have made another way. God might have made another way. He may be moving in a different direction. First part of that passage, put it up for me. He says, come, are you tired? Are you worn out? Are you burned out on religion? Listen to this. He says, come to me, get away with me. Implication, if you tired, worn out, and burned out on religion, you ain't where I am. You ain't where I am. So you need to come to me and get away with me, because where you at ain't working for you. It's actually working against you. You may be in a riptide because you still doing the same tired spiritual exercise, the same tired activity of dancing back and forth with you not being faithful. And you didn't got burned out on religion because it was never about religion to begin with. It was always about relationship. So you didn't got burned out over there. Are you tired yet? Are you tired of doing things the old way, assuming that you were going to get back to your place the old way? No, come to me. That means you are not where I am. You need to come to where I am. Come get away with me, and you will recover your life instead of being out there in the middle of the ocean about to lose your life. You will recover your life. He says, I'll show you how to take a real rest. The problem with God is a lot of times when he says, come with me, come follow me, it feels out the way. It feels like I'm going out of the way. It feels like, Lord, this path right here will be so much easier. It'll be so much easier if I could just go this way. But you doing triple the work to get less than half the results because you're doing it your way. Come with me. And as we think about the pandemic, as I think about this season of life, I don't know about you, but I just feel the Lord saying, say no more. Say no more often. Say no. Don't allow your calendar, don't allow your life to resume that pre-COVID pace. No. Stay slow. And I don't know about y'all, but I feel the pressure of everything else speeding up and all these things to do and all these opportunities. And this is like, no. Come with me. Come with me. Because you're going to make all those decisions assuming that you can get to the shore the same way. And I'm doing a new thing in a new way in your life. So trust me. Here's the problem. Lord, your way looks like less money, less fulfillment, less pleasure, less comfort, and more sacrifice. He says, you got it. He says, you doggone right. That's right. That's right. Because the fruit with me is going to be me. And you're going to learn today that when you get me, you get everything else. But you ain't learned that yet. because you're still questioning the profitability, the comfort level, the pleasure level of what it is to walk with me. You still tripping. You still ain't learned yet that my way is always better. Stop assuming that you can just go in your old way. No, there's a current that you cannot see. There's a tide change that you don't have, that you cannot perceive, you cannot hear, you cannot see. But I've already been to the water. I've already been in. I know what's going down. So you need to follow me and cast your nets on this side. Come here, Peter. Cast your nets on this side and follow me. Trust me. Even if it looks like you're going to get less, trust me. With me, you always going to get more. Trust me. See, because there's a shift happening. There's a shift. And sometimes in the shift, you got to do less so that you can be developed and ready for more. And the thing that gives us the pause with God sometimes, I don't know who I'm talking to, but some of you, God is saying, God is pulling you into his rhythm, and this rhythm feels like it's going to cost you too much. And I'm telling you, staying in that riptide is going to cost, that's what's going to cost you too much. That's what's going to cost you too much. He says, what if I'm shifting you? He says, you're tired, you're burned out, you're weary. Come with me. Let me shift you. Let me shift you. I was talking with Aaron Lindsay. Everybody need a good friend like Aaron. Everybody need a preacher friend like Aaron. And I was processing this with him, and we were just talking. This was just yesterday. I did the show yesterday, and because the fundamental question and the principle, the setup was, what if COVID wasn't the test, but it was the lesson? And what if this is the test? To see if you can trust me, and to see if you can trust me enough to say no to more, so that in me you might find real rest. To say no to more so that in me you can find real rest. So we're processing this, y'all, and I'm just gonna give you a heads up. Grab your edges, lock them down, because I'm about to swing for them. I may not hit them, but I'm about to swing for them. Watch this. He says, Albert, man, do you remember driving a stick shift? It says, not only do I remember driving a stick shift, I remember being in the car when my daddy was teaching my sister how to drive a stick shift. It was in a yellow car called a Rabbit. It was yellow. It was yellow, and the name of the car was a Rabbit. You could Google it. It looked a mess. But we was rolling. And I'm in the back seat, my sister in the driver's seat, my dad's in the passenger seat, and he's giving her instructions on how to drive, how to drive a stick shift. And the fundamental piece about driving the stick shift is the rhythm. You're going, but then you got to change gears. You got to shift gears. In order to shift gears, you got to take your left foot and put it on the clutch. And then you got to take your right foot and ease up off the gas, and then shift, and then apply the gas, and then you're rolling on the next level, on another level. You didn't get it. Let me give it to you again. In order to shift gears, you got to put your foot on the clutch, and you got to ease off the gas. And when you ease off the gas, then you'll shift gears, and then you're going at another level. You missed it. Let me give it to you one more time. Sometimes when God wants to shift you to another level, you got to ease off the gas. You got to lay back. You got to go slower. You got to create more space and time, because he's saying, I'm increasing your capacity to go faster. I'm increasing your capacity to accelerate more. But in order for me to increase you, to accelerate you more, I've got to slow you down so I can speed you up. I got to break you down so I can build you back up. So don't be overwhelmed and intimidated by what you lost. He's just building capacity so that you can accelerate more. But if you refuse to get off the accelerator, you will never be able to shift the gears without tearing up your engine. You got to be willing to get off the accelerator a little bit so he can increase you and shift you. Somebody say shift. I think in the name of Jesus, God is shifting us to a healthier rhythm, to a real rest, to a place where we live in his presence and we work from abundance and not scarcity. We work from love and not fear. And we work from being known by him, not living in a place of isolation from him. He wants to leverage and level up our work, our capacity, and how we show up. But in order to get there, he's got to shift us. And in order to shift us, you got to be willing to slow down and get into the rhythm of his grace. And it can't be forced. If you force it, you'll burn the clutch. You'll tear that clutch up. If you force it, you'll mess it up, and the engine will just and you'll start jerking. Some of you, that's your life. You've been jerking and clunking it because you're trying to force it. And what we're talking about this week is an unforced rhythm of grace. It comes natural to who you are because it becomes natural because of where you are. I said it's natural to who you are because it's natural from where you are. Where you are shapes who you are. And he's saying, come to me. You worn out? You burnt out on religion? Come on over here. Come on, Cleveland. Come on, Cleveland. Come over here. Because where you are, you having to work too hard and it's yielding such little fruit. You come over here, I'll do the hard work. You do the work of resting. I'll do the work of recovering. And you'll experience the full harvest. You'll know abundance. And the thing is, you will learn to live here. And the next time it won't take a pandemic in order for you to get here. Some of you are so worried about what it cost. I remember my friend had this great job and had this career that he was just starting out on, but his life he was living foul, and he knew it and we knew it. And this is one of my best friends. So I remember having a come to Jesus moment with him, and I said, bro, the way because he's going after work, drinking, inappropriate relationships with co-work. Like he's just vibing, but he's the man at the office. Like he's just killing the game. But his soul was suffocating. And I said, man, you need to come back home. You need to get it right. In true statement, he says, I know it. He said, I know I do. But if I'm to be honest, I fear that if I really come to Jesus, I'll lose my job. He said, I feel like it'll cost too much. 2 weeks later, he got fired. Because God says, I love you too much to be a fool in this season. So I'll remove the thing that you can't let go to force a dependence upon me. Are you tired yet? Come and receive the unforced rhythms of grace. Come. Come home. Come and trust me. And in me, you'll recover everything. I'll see y'all tomorrow.